advised, Arcadia is under heavy wind advisory this evening. Please, stay indoors and do not be alarmed if the power goes out.
Where's the charger?
Open it. Come on. Let me in. No.
Who doesn't eat on Thanksgiving?
Oh, that's easy. A turkey, because he's always stuffed.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Ryan.
Welcome to Show 10.
If you are considering dropping to a TA or requesting level change for second semester, please note that petition forms will be available at the COD desk starting Monday, November 28th. The completed petition is due December 9th.
Over the weekend, protests in Los Angeles ensued over Donald Trump's election. Carissa Wong was there to cover the marches.
After the confirmation of a Trump presidency, protesters across the United States are mobilizing. I'm here at Los Angeles City Hall to join them.
Last Wednesday night, as many as 3,000 protesters rallied outside Los Angeles City Hall. Together, they chanted phrases like, "Not my president," "We reject the president-elect," and "No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA." After setting fire to an effigy of Trump, the large crowd mobilized around downtown LA, hitting major streets and finally reaching the on-ramp to the 101 freeway, where even those in the LAPD Metropolitan Detention Center began flashing lights in their cells as a show of solidarity. This is where the police began to get heavily involved as protesters began to take the freeway. 28 protesters were arrested that night, and protests carried on throughout the weekend, with an estimated 8,000 or more people showing up on Saturday for the largest anti-Trump rally in Los Angeles. As the week went on, more arrests were made and the LAPD amped up security as protesters showed no sign of slowing down. Many of the protesters sought to actively disrupt the peaceful transition of power, as well as voice fear and unrest over the nation's president-elect and his proposed policies.
The public has a right to protest anytime that anybody feels that this government is not serving them, or if they're unhappy about something. People have a right to protest in this country.
As this week closes, unrest still remains in the hearts of the citizens opposed to a Trump presidency. What remains to be seen is what sort of pressure these protests could put on his administration, and if these protesters will continue to organize and mobilize into the next 4 years.
Thanks, Carissa. Seniors, if you recently added new colleges to your Naviance list, you need to make sure you're in constant contact with your rec writers. Letters will not be automatically submitted, so make sure that your recommenders know. Naviance also does not send SAT or ACT scores. Remember to send scores through collegeboard.org or act.org. Good luck!
Mental health issues affect millions of Americans on a daily basis. The numbers might hit closer to home than you'd expect. Here's Andre with part 1 of APN's 4-part mini-documentary series on mental health.
The United States is often thought to be the greatest nation on earth. Millions have been given the opportunity to live life as they see fit. Through our efforts, we created culture, technology, and an increasingly diverse and inclusive society. As any nation inevitably does, we've run into our share of issues. However, we as people band together to approach any number of issues, including debates over race, gender, ethnicity, income, and so on. And in our mission to bring equality and a feeling of acceptance to all Americans, we've neglected a group comprised of many of us. They never signed up, and knows no racial, economic, or ethnic bounds. It simply affects us, people. Yet in the way our judicial system and society views our fellow human beings is highly prejudiced. I'm talking about those who aren't normal, those who live and hide in plain sight, the mentally afflicted, an umbrella term that millions of Americans, including many of us, and maybe even you, fit under.
We have been conditioned to think of physical health. You know, if you break your arm, if you have pneumonia, then people say go to the doctor, get treatment. Those are measurable things. Those are things you can see. But for mental health, I think there's still more of a sense of, snap out of it. If you're depressed or anxious, that those are things that you can control, that it's a matter of will.
1 in 5 American teens suffer from or will suffer from some form of mental illness, and suicide is within the top 5 leading causes of teen death. 1 in 4 American adults suffer from or will suffer from some form of mental illness in their lifetime. So nearly 43 million American adults have been diagnosed with a mental illness, and those are just the ones that have been diagnosed.
Well, I think that there's three major categories, for instance, for depression. I'll use that as an example. One is a chemical imbalance, which would be like having cancer or diabetes. It's brain chemistry. You can't control that. That would be one predisposing factor for mental illness. Another thing would be drugs. Drug use can precipitate a mental disorder. And then current circumstances.
Half of substance abusers are mentally ill. Many of us already know these facts. Those affected receive assistance primarily from outsider volunteer groups and federally funded programs created by departments such as SAMHSA and the National Institute of Mental Health, which have utilized billions in federal grants, which would then be used on a state level to provide resources for the mentally ill. These programs have been semi-successful. There's no black and white cause and effect in what causes mental illness. A number of factors come into play what triggers these afflictions, and it may be onset, hereditary, just out of nowhere. Nonetheless, it's still painful for all of us. And through this film, I hope to inspire you, the viewer, to push for change in not just your own community, but the communities around you, including the cities, the schools, homeless shelters, the rehab clinics, and even the jails, where many of these people unfortunately are forced to reside. And then, once we realize that, then we can begin to make a difference.
Thanks, Andre. PCC Application Day will be held on Wednesday, December 7th in the Career Center. You must sign up by Friday, December 2nd using the link below. I'll see you there.
People across the country are wearing safety pins to promote unity after last week's election results. There's a point to it, we promise. Adam knows.
In light of the bullying caused by supporters of President-elect Donald Trump, people across the nation are wearing safety pins to show their solidarity. After the election, fear has increased in certain communities of our society. As a show of unity for those who are threatened, people across America are wearing safety pins on their clothes to signify that the vulnerable are still supported by the community.
If you see somebody wearing a safety pin, that they were there to protect you, because safety pins are there, it's a symbol of safety to a large degree. This presidential election is probably it's done more to polarize the nation than anything else. And there were people who definitely feel that they're not going to be included in the upcoming President-elect Trump presidency. And so they're doing this to show both their displeasure to the incoming president and also that they stand in solidarity with other groups. I think people have the right to stand up for what they believe.
Remember, Apaches, safety is #1 priority. This has been Adam Pond reporting back to you guys in the studios.
Thanks, Adam. Student Council Apache Commission is hosting the annual Ed Shriner Memorial Toy and Jacket Drive from November 28th to December 9th. Donate used clothing, toys, household items, or even baby gear to the front office. All donations will be donated to the White Mountain Apaches in Sibique, Arizona.
Before all of us depart for our long Thanksgiving break, we should all take a step back and realize the importance of the month of November itself.
In 1990, President George H.W. Bush approved the joint resolution designating November as a National American Indian Heritage Month. Similar proclamations, under variants on the name, have been issued each year since 1994. The month is a period to celebrate rich and diverse cultures, traditions, and histories, while also acknowledging the important contributions of Native Americans. Heritage Month is a time to educate the public about tribes and to raise an awareness about the unique challenges Native people have faced both historically and in the present. As members of an illustrious school that utilizes the Apache as a school logo, we need to remember the contributions of Native Americans and the vital role they play in our society today.
The Apache Marching Band and Color Guard is hosting their 63rd annual Arcadia Festival of Bands. The parade starts at 8:40 a.m. on Baldwin Avenue, and the award ceremony starts at 1:45. Our band is also hosting division finals at Citrus College that night, starting at 5:30 p.m. Tickets to the field show are $10 at the door, but the parade is free.
When's the last time you cleared out your closet? Drama found a secret passage to Narnia in theirs. Kat and Mia bring us some details from yesterday's opening night premiere.
Hey guys, I'm Kat.
And I'm Mia.
And we're here at Drama's opening night production of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Time to meet some of our special guests.
The last time I read Narnia was like in 7th grade, so I'm looking forward to a recap.
The themes of Narnia are very similar to our political climate that we're in today.
I would come to an Arcadia event before I would drive downtown to the Disney Center or fly to New York.
I have not seen anything. I vaguely remember reading the book when I was younger, but I am looking forward to this.
Figure out what you want to do. You know, if it's theater or wherever you're led, pursue it. And, there's going to be ups and downs, but always pursue where you think what your purpose is.
I am extremely proud of you. Words don't express how proud I am of you.
Break a leg to the cast.
Break a leg, Apaches.
On Friday, December 9th at 7 p.m., the PAC is hosting the Charity Dance Show. Tickets are $10 pre-sale, $15 VIP, and $15 at the door. Purchase tickets from any student dancer or at the link below. Portions of the proceeds will be donated to the Joanne Dominici Memorial Fund to provide scholarships to student dancers. Don't miss out on the biggest dance celebration of the season.
AFOB might be free, but you know what isn't? College. The Elks Foundation gives $2.5 million in scholarships annually. The application deadline is November 30th. You must be a senior and a U.S. citizen to apply. For more information, visit the link below.
Thanksgiving break starts tomorrow. Teachers, before you leave today, listen to this PSA to help save the planet over the break.
As we all know, Thanksgiving break is coming up. We spoke to some members of Green Team, and we got some great energy conserving tips. By following these tips, we are sure to save our school a lot of electricity, energy, and money. We hope you have a great Thanksgiving break. This has been Naomi Silver. Back to you guys in the studio.
Over Thanksgiving break, the Arcadia Public Library will be closed due to fumigation. It will be closed from November 21st through the 26th.
Now, it's time to report on our all-star athletes. Willoughby is on the sports analyst desk with an update on the scores.
Well, we had an interesting week to say the least. There was heartbreak, triumph, and just enough time to scrap it up and put it into our show this week. So get ready to find out who we can still root for and what flags and banners to put away for next season. This is Apache Sports. Football is a very tough and demanding sport from our athletes, but every once in a while, their determination is rewarded. The Apaches took on the Oak Park Eagles last week for the first round of CIF. This is how they did.
From start to finish, the suspense was intense for every person who was there. Both teams wanted to advance, but only one could go, and Arcadia wasn't going to take no for an answer. Our Apaches held off the Eagles on most rushes, while Oak Park was left stumbling and confused by our offense. The Eagles tried to fight back with aggressive plays, while we were flying past them while they struggled to take flight. Arcadia powered through the night with flying colors. With amazing communication and commitment, the Apaches earned their spot in the next round of the playoffs. The game ended 41-19, winning their first round of CIF.
The next game will be today after school, so keep an eye out for our APN live stream on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Now let's bounce on over to our other playoff contenders.
Water polo season ended recently. Here's how they did. Water polo made it to the Pacific prelims and won against Hoover, but sadly lost 5-13. Then at the Pacific League final against CV, they lost again 3-10. However, they were able to make a comeback and win a CIF wildcard round against Pacifica 16-6, and CIF round 1 against Warren 15-7, before sadly losing 9-12 against Diamond Bar, ending their season with 19 wins and 9 losses.
I think that as a whole, this season was a win. I think that historically it's a really strong season. Everything meshed really well together, and we all, knew each other really well socially. Just probably from, most of our teammates were very experienced players. We definitely had some issues, I think, with mental fortitude, and felt a lot of times like the second we would start losing a game, dampen our spirits and make the game almost played at a handicap.
Good job, Water Polo. We wish you luck next year.
After a dominating victory against their last CIF opponents, Volleyball was set up to win against Sierra Canyon.
The girls came out with a bang. With a combination of teamwork and amazing spikes, our girls took the first set 25-23. However, Sierra Canyon came back with a vengeance. They completely dominated the next two sets, winning them 12-25 and 16-25 respectively. While the girls did try to come back in the fourth set, they couldn't manage to pull it off, losing that set 23-25. This ended the match with Arcadia losing 1-3.
I think tonight we played the best we've ever played all season. The adrenaline really forced us to play hard, and it just was unlucky on our hands. I think our season went amazing so far. We were undefeated in league. This was actually our first loss all season, so we did amazing overall.
Even though girls volleyball is now out of CIF, they had a good showing all year. Good job, girls, and good luck next year.
Why do my pants keep falling down?
Your belt buckle's on your hat, silly.
If you feel like laughing, check our social media pages below for more jokes. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Adrian.
Enjoy your week off.